It happens to all of us. Either our partner is speaking and we forget something that was just said, or something like we are searching for our keys around the home but can't seem to recall where we last left them. These sort of situations are probably quite common. This frustrating experience of being unable to properly recall the location of an item you put away not long ago, or forgetting something that was just said, is a common occurrence in forgetfulness. This is known as absent-mindedness. It is a cognitive error that we all have been guilty of making, where we lack attention and find ourselves forgetting things easily or having bad recall of said memories. Classified in what is called the 7 sins of memory, Harvard psychology professor Daniel L. Schachter notes in his 1999 paper of the same name. In it, he explores how memory gets us in trouble, with absent-mindedness being part of the initial group of 3 memory slips that relate to forgetfulness. As Schachter writes, absent-mindedness entails inattentive or shallow processing that contributes to weak memories of ongoing events or forgetting to do things in the future. For the most part, we can attribute absent-mindedness to a couple of things. One of the most common times we experience absent-minded memory is when we are not paying attention to what is around us. Whether that be due to the fact of spacing out or simply because our minds are wandering elsewhere, the lack of attention causes us to become absent in our minds. These low levels of attention are often caused by boredom, internal thoughts, or simply due to sleepiness. Distraction is another cause for absent-mindedness, happening when our attention is taken away from something unwarranted, whether it be a random thought or event around us. This has only become more prevalent in recent years as people are more distracted than ever. On the other side of the spectrum, being hyper-focused also plays a huge part. We can become absent-minded from focusing on a single thing intensely. Often seen by entrepreneurs or artists that are in the flow of building something, putting all of your attention into one thing can unintentionally make you mute everything else around you, becoming oblivious to your surroundings. Overall, absent-mindedness is simply the lapse of attention that happens during the information input process. Most often, this lack of attention is more of a problem that comes from not being attentive enough to a given object during the encoding phase of memory. This can occur even more so when your attention is divided. There have been plenty of studies that show poor recall and recognition in subjects when it comes to memory tests that relate to performing a given task while studying items for another test right after. Unsurprisingly, absent-mindedness becomes more prevalent as we age. Evidence suggests that the brain scan results of young adults who have divided attention appear relatively similar to those of older adults with full attention. This may be because as we get older, there is less effort placed into the details of encoding. Studies have also shown that in elderly adults, absent-mindedness is more prevalent due to reduced activity in the left prefrontal and medial temporal regions of the brain, which are critical areas for temporal context memory. Considering that absent-minded memory errors occur due to insufficient attention, the best we can do to prevent this is to try to be more conscious of reviewing things. Repetition is a great way to imprint information into our memory, and by repeating things in our brain regularly, we encode it deeper into both our short and long-term pathways. Reciting a given thought out loud is also a great memory trick to make sure we remember something better. Studies have found that repeating things aloud, especially to another person, can help boost memory recall. A study on self-monitoring effects has shown that when words are spoken to another person, sensory feedback can help enhance the recall of said produced words. There are plenty of other memory biases similar to absent-mindedness, one of them being the misinformation effect. To get a better understanding on how misinformation can misguide our memories, watch the next video and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.